Yeah, I really appreciate that attention. You know, there's in the field that I'm in, race and politics, there's been this really furious, kind of intense discussion about whether or not Trump was able to consolidate people of color, men of color, and I think it overlaps with this discussion. And you know, I'm of two kinds of hot takes on this kind of point, which is the first is that it's pretty clear that you know, people of color really, Joe Biden needed people of color to win. They provided that that coalition strength there. At the same time, I think we do need, and this is where the debate is, I think we do need to recognize exactly what you're talking about, Amanda, which is that, you know, our communities of color are not, we are subject to the same forces that the general American population is subject to in some ways in terms of racism and sexism. And so, you know, yeah, I see among Asian Americans like a little bit of a tick up towards Trump. It's not overwhelming. They certainly didn't vote for him in a majority, but there's a little tick up, and we see it maybe, I don't really see it, but some have argued that there was a little tick up among Latinx evangelicals, let's say. And why is that? And we see this with Republican women too, because there is, you know, hostile sexism is driving that vote to some extent. And Trump has had 4 years of campaigning and had that bullhorn for 4 years. And that also affects communities of color. And, you know, within non-Black communities, you also see anti-Black racism it's not a driving force, but it explains a lot of the Trump vote, right? And so the things that you're talking about, I think, are there. We are all subject to these like really nefarious forces that were unleashed during the last 4 years.